Hello guys, we're back with a daily recap going into gold, silver, platinum, Bitcoin, all that good stuff, oil and so on. As always, leave the comments below. What do you think, where we're going, and like and follow, all that good stuff. So let's dig right into it. It has been some crazy days for gold and silver and other markets as well. Um, I'm gonna go through it a bit quicker here because I want to get it close to the 10-minute mark this video. Um, Yeah, let's remove that one here. You can still see we had the bear flag, which we negated, and now we're all the way back into the bear flag once again for silver at 23.7. Um, we have the 200 daily moving average coming up here, which act as support until proven otherwise. And also we have made a higher high here, so it would make sense to make some sort of higher low in this area right here into August. But big down day today for sure, 2.45%. It's not the best. We had the ADP numbers coming out higher than expected, which caused the big sell-off in precious metals and the big gains for the DXY. Yeah, gold coming down to this long-term green support here. Actually, we should make it orange or golden, anyways. To me, still inverted head and shoulders in play. And now we're coming down to the long-term. Jesus Christ, excuse me. There it is. We're coming down to this long-term golden support where we hopefully bounce. Again, look at the 200 daily. It's coming up nicely here. And yeah. Um, but today again, 0.5% down for gold was a big day. Big down day for sure. So let's see how it is. I think tomorrow we have the non-farm payroll. Last time they surprised to the downside, but still, let's see what happens. As you can see here, 1955 is 85, excuse me, is a big level to get above. But yeah, that's the play for me. That's how I see it. So gold coming down to a very critical level here at around 1930 or so. Gold to silver ratio was so close to breaking down, but last week's uh, a surprise in GDP. We had a higher GDP from the US, made it bounce big time, and now today we have the ADP. Coming up to the 200-day moving average sloping down. Also, the weekly is right there, as you can see, at around 81, 82. So big levels coming up, uh, which will decide the path. Um, but today's candle negated a lot of support and resistance right there. You can see it. So that was not quite as I expected. I really thought this fifth time was the breakdown. But again, surprise, surprise. It's that's why we're here to learn, right? But this it will break down at some point, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it is what it is. Still, tomorrow non-farm payrolls could be a miss right there, and then we have a quick resume to the downside again. Um, okay, the dollar, as you can see here, is coming into a big level, big resistance level. We had the big breakdown here of 100.8, all the way back up to the to a decent retest here at this red one. We are breaking out of this golden here, but let's see tomorrow's non-farm payroll how they do. Um, Also, we have this curling, which is what I'm putting my weight into, the rounding 200 daily moving average, which has a lot of momentum to the downside now. Um, yeah, let's see. The 10-year, still strong, man. Breakout, retest, resumption. We are getting into, the big resistance support levels here. And we had a bit of a fake out to the upside and moving down again. So we are getting below, as you can see right there, getting back below again. So that's the 10-year, still looking strong until proven otherwise. Bitcoin is having some crazy movements the past 2 days. Big hammer candle here and then a big reversal today. Um, the big long term, as you can see, excuse me, the big long term setup is quite nice for Bitcoin still. As long as we are above the green one, the green support all the way down here, you're okay. And we have the 200 daily coming up here. So as long as these two are in place, Bitcoin is in a bull market. So yeah, platinum is getting hammered more very much right now. Still, we're above the long-term golden support here, and that's where we want to be. Getting below would spell disaster for platinum. But to me, we are going to make a higher low here at some point, and then we're going to curl higher again. I thought this would be up here, but obviously, no, we're getting way lower than I would have expected. So getting above 1,000 will be quite critical. Right there it is. Um, so yeah, that's the goal, to get above 1,000 and stay there. But for now, platinum is having a hard time. The 200 daily is also up here. So if it's if we don't start to curl back up again quickly, this one will start to roll down again. That's not what you want to see. Copper looked very nice here on Monday, I think it was, with this candle breaking out of a lot of resistance, only to get spanked down for the past 2 days again. So we have a false breakout here, which means we will probably go all the way down here. And if it doesn't hold, then copper is in for one big nasty turn to the downside in my view. We still have some ways to go, but what looked good 3 days ago now looks insanely bad. And that's what you get when you are close to big levels or big breakouts. You will get whipsawed quite a lot. So yeah, copper, it needs to go up. But the past two candles, as you can see here, very bearish. Let me show you. You have two big green candles here, which was the big move. And that's also why I got very excited about copper. And then you have two big candles again, two big engulfing candles, taking out the two prior green ones. That's very bad, no matter how you look at it. Now let's see, you have the upturning, you have this one right here. So this is the play. We can make it green just to differentiate a bit. Anyways, oil got into our 82 zone. We have talked about 82 for a very long time. And the way I see it now for oil is that we have a pullback. We're still very bullish on oil, but we will have a pullback to some degree, I think, all the way down to roughly 80, 75 more or less for a retest of this breakout line here. Totally textbook stuff, I would think. And then we go like this. If we hold here, of course. We're also having the 200 daily coming here, and hopefully it will start to curl up again. Would make sense. But we're definitely in for a pullback here in oil at the 82 level. The zone is actually more like 81.6 to 83.6, but still, I talked about 82 for a long time. So 82 was the resistance. Again, big down day today, 3%, excuse me, for the USD WTI. Very bad. Let's zoom in just to show you the bearish blue wedge to the upside, peak above, fake down, and that's why I think we will go, fake out to the upside and then all the way through the apex, all the way down here at around 75 for oil. That's the chart that I'm looking at right now. Nat gas, again, similar to oil, getting absolutely smoked. You can see here we had the breakout, couldn't quite gain momentum, and now we're just like oil, we're going down again. Let's see how it does. But this wasn't the perfect setup for nat gas. Again, we need to clear this one. We need to clear this golden trend line across there before any further bigger upside. And for now, it just can't do it. However, the European gas is still looking quite nice. As long as we hold the 24 level, we are still long-term good. Looking at it here, still sitting here on top of the trend line. You've seen it many times. There it is. There it is. And yeah, but we need to bounce here soon. But we have August now here in Europe, and we have elsewhere as well. That means that we're going into autumn, winter very, very soon. And we still rely heavily on gas, where I live at least, and I know many other places as well. So yeah, XOP still quite strong. Big rally, big rally here together with oil. And now we probably need a pullback together with oil. Perfectly fine. Only down 1.6% compared to oil, which was down 3%. So still some strength in there for the XOP. Still looking good, but a pullback here after such, big move up here makes total sense in my view. I think the RSI is also way overboard at around 70. Yeah, so a pullback is totally fine. It should be bought up, in my view. OIH actually quite strong. You can still see here we broke out of this red resistance zone here now, and now we're sitting on top. So still, it's looking good, but again, if oil goes down 10% or so over the next few weeks, I would assume that we will get a pullback here as well. But let's see. Lithium looking very bad. I got stopped out today. Was it yesterday? I got the notice. I can't remember exactly. It doesn't matter. I bought the breakout. The retest didn't hold, and now we are below the bull flag, the bear flag right here. So lithium, I got stopped out of. And for now, in my view, it's all bearish until proven otherwise. This is the fake out big time, and we can go all the way to the lower side again here for a third and final impulse low right here. So down to 54. So a $10 drop or so for lithium is probably in the making. Long term, my view is the exact same. No change. This is one big bull flag. But we probably need to go a bit lower before we go higher again. And I will re-enter when I find the setup. So XLF, we talked about XLF, which was the banking sector right here when we started to peak out, right? And I said, just be a bit careful here. And now we're back below in the bear flag. Very bearish setup for the banking sector. We're back in the bear flag, false breakout of the longer golden trend line for some reason, which is red here anyways. And now we're back below again. So be careful here in the banking sector. This is the US dollar to the Swiss franc, which in my view is the most important thing when looking at gold, because if this one goes down, meaning the Swiss franc outperforms the USD, that's where gold performs as well. You can go and look back in previous videos where I have explained my view on this. Still long term, we have broken down of a major 10-year long, even 15-year long bear flag, and we have the 200 daily coming nicely down here. So to me, it's only a matter of time before this one goes lower again and gold goes higher. But we could see some strengthening here in the US dollar against the Swiss franc in the shorter term. But long term, it's heading down. Nvidia, finally, well, not finally, but still broke down here of the bearish wedge fake out. And now we broke down. So to me, we could go all the way down and fill this gap here at just north of 300. This was an earnings gap. And I think it's very healthy. Just look at the move from 100 to like 500 in 9 months or so. And an insane move, but this gap, as mentioned, needs to be filled. And now we have a very, very good chance of it being filled over the next month or so. Could be, in worst case. Big breakdown in NVIDIA today. So if you have NVIDIA, this is a very, very big warning sign. Again, could you have a bull flag? I guess you could, but yeah, I'm more bearish on this one for sure on this breakdown here. Big day, actually, 5%, not good. Oh, this is the Brazilian ETF. Looking at very bullish on Brazil. We closed the gap here, and this was the last drawing we did, a small that I expected a pullback, and then we resume. That's still how I see it, as long as this blue bearish wedge holds. Also a big hammer candle today, so quite nice. Long term, let me zoom out and show you. Look at this bad boy right here. You have seen it many times. Very long, 15-year long downtrend, getting broken now here today. So there will be a lot of jittering upon such a big breakout here. It's nice. Again, as long as we are above the golden trend line at around 32 for now, 32, very bullish. Nickel, nickel, looking very nice. Very good weekly candle here. Double bottom. If we can break up from this channel here, we have the double bottom in place. The long term, as you know, has held. And to me, we are going way higher for nickel. SIL, the silver miners, to me, they're very tricky to chart. And yeah, I don't know exactly what to look at it. For now, I will just leave it alone. It's whipsaw up and down together with the big changes in silver price. It's very tricky to do so, and I think we'll have to watch it from a distance. Um, but again, we have some levels that we need to break off from, and this is this one, the golden trend line here. We have it. Until then, it's no bueno from my side. It's very tricky, similar to the GDXJ. Again, we have this. That's why we have the expanding wedge here, and until we get above this one, it's yeah, it's not bullish. Let's say that at least. Very tricky to do. That's one thing I've learned for the past 2 years. That is that gold and silver miners are very. It should be treated much more as a trade compared to an investment. I think because yeah, it's very tricky to sit out these very long periods of time where you just lose like 70%, but then of course maybe you go higher, but still losing 70%. Yeah, I think I'm going to trade it more in the future compared to now. That's all I'm saying. That's all I had for you today for the daily recap. Non-farm payroll tomorrow, which could be it will be a big day, a big data for sure. But let's see how it goes. But big down day for precious metals, mostly everything actually. The only thing that went up was the dollar. So yeah, it is what it is. Have a great day, guys, and we will see you all next time.